Okay, we are officially starting the stream. Get rid of the embed. Okay. We are starting the stream now for Highway Blossoms. It is a visual novel, and that's all I'm gonna say, because I guess spoilers. I mean, you can read on your own if you want. But, yeah. I suppose, yeah, there's not really much to do besides just start. New game. I don't think I'll have to voice act for once, because thank God there's actual voice acting for the game. Studio Coattails and Studio Elan present, in association with Sekai Project. I am recording, right? Oh god. Directed by Silence and Materia. Produced by Josh Kaplan. Written by Silence Censored. No. Editing by Oric Orange and Sun Colin Mondonator Bab. Oh! Reminds me of Endorsi, not gonna lie. Oh, there's a bunch of artists. God damn it, is it? Okay. Another game, another voice acting day. The music ends. The cassette clicks to a stop. I've listened to it so many times I've even memorized the placement of the static from the song's original broadcast. Okay. Increase the text speed a little. It's slow. Oh, whatever. Oh. I'm worried the deck might eventually eat the tape. That never happened to him no matter how many times he played the damn thing, so I'm not too scared. It used to drive me crazy. Every day he played it over and over again. Sure, he would throw on something different after a few loops, but soon enough he'd switch back and the cycle would repeat itself. Sometimes I think he would just do it to mess with me. I'd be in the back in bed, smothering a pillow over my head to block out the music. Harvey? He would just turn it up louder, even during all-nighters. I was so like him. Even near the end when we had to finally settle down, he was still playing that kind of crap. I'd come home from school sometimes and the police would be at the door because the entire block had called in a noise complaint. He said it was because he was hard of hearing, but I know he did it just to get a rise out of the old garages that moved nearby. I think that was his worst fear, ending up just another bitter sack of bones. So he did everything in his power to be the exact opposite, right up until the end. Of course, that meant I would always deal with the fallout. Can't imagine what the neighbors thought, seeing a little girl go door to door, apologizing because an old man decided to be funny to put plastic flamingos all over their award-winning lawns. I can't help but smile just a little, even if it does hurt. Oh, art. Take a sip of my coffee. Outside, a heat haze shimmers over the never-ending oceans of sand. So much desert. Even Roswell was just rock, sand, and a few shacks. All alien-themed, of course. Oh. Okay. Oh, even has a date. Didn't see any UFOs, though. I'm not used to how dry everything is. Even with the AC on high enough to rip off my eyebrows, I'm still all sweaty. Guess that's what happens when you laze around in snowy Colorado for a decade. Snowy? In that regard, the desert is a nice change of scenery. I don't exactly hate it. New sights are nice, especially since its health didn't allow him to do a whole lot of traveling when I was a little girl. I can see myself getting used to this. Well, maybe another 15 years. When I have everything paid off. Ugh, damn it. Hammer, snap out of it. Don't worry about that later. This isn't your trip. Stop being so selfish. Push the eject button. Take the tape out and look it over. Probably for the 20th time today. Years worth of brown stains and greasy fingerprints are smudged all over, making you feel grimy to the touch. Still works like a charm, though. There are more cassettes in the glove compartment. Mixture of mine and his. Mostly his. I should just play one of those and get it over with. My hand gravitates toward the latch. It'd be okay, right? No. I snatch my hand away from the latch and flip the tape over. Once again, I find myself staring. Sigh, I stick it back into the deck. I reach towards the play button, taking another look to see if the road is still there. Like always, Is that a bug? Or a person? Is it? Oh my god. I slam on the brakes, their shriek piercing my skull. Glance at my rear view mirror. It shows a girl cringing next to an ancient-looking car, covering her ears as I screech down the road. Making a U-turn of dubious legality, I pull up in front of her car, killing the motorhome's engine. I hop out and shield my eyes from the blazing New Mexico sun. Only now do I realize how precious the AC really is. It doesn't take more than several steps. Okay, you know what? Okay. It doesn't take more than several steps before the girl comes bouncing up to me with a look of relief.
Oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you! I was starting to think no one would ever stop.
Nice. I don't have to voice act. Let's go. Oh, okay, I have to voice act the stuff that doesn't have names. With each word, she gets a little closer, so we're finally within touching distance of each other, her smiling face now filling my entire field of vision. Bright auburn hair is done into a girlish side tail, glistening beneath specks of sweat. Standing out in the heat has made her round, pale cheeks a sun-kissed red. But she still looks put together, like the desert would sooner melt than do any real damage to her looks. What cat? There's a cat? There, I don't know. I almost feel embarrassed to be in front of someone who dresses so cutely. Frilly green top and skirt, wearing my red t-shirt and khakis. Shame. No, it's not. Shut up. This is totally SFW. And if it isn't, well, I got debated. It's all brought together by one thing, though. Her eyes. They're blue. Vividly blue. Deep and rich. Complementing the traces of her misty perfume as she gets closer and closer. Too close, too close, too close. I scroll back and cough, trying to hide any awkwardness.
No problem.
What's she doing out here alone? Driving through? Hell, is she even alone? Peer off in the plains on the side of the road, half expecting a guy to pop up from his hiding place, not that some idiot has fallen through their trap. That idiot being me, of course. Well, much to my surprise, no one does. Instead, the girl continues to stare at me, smiling as she patiently waits for my response. I glance behind her, focusing on her car.
So what's the issue? Your car breakdown?
I think so, yeah. I was driving and I just kind of...
Stop.
Yeah.
Pega clap. She lowers her head in shame, eyes fixated on her feet, kicking the dust around her.
I'm not much of a car buff, but I can take a look at it.
Oh, well, this will be... Wait. Need to get the nice clickbait. Bait. I have no shame. Absolutely none. In fact, I'm rather proud of this. Her head pops back up and life returns to her eyes.
Wow! Could you?
Yeah. Can't promise that I can do anything, but I can at least check it out.
Dude, this girl sounds so dead on the inside.
That'd be great.
Alright, first things first.
We just took a menu. This thing looks even older than my motorhome. It's probably a nice car once upon a time, but with a dented grille, multiple scratches, and a faded green color, it's hard to believe such a cute girl was driving it. I slide into the fabric seat and start the ignition. I don't know too much about how this stuff works, just enough to keep the motorhome from giving out, but I can't imagine it's too significant of an issue. Probably just a dead battery or... Well, that's not like Maple Story animation. No gas. A single car passes by, cooling us with a refreshing gust of wind sprinkled with dirt and sand.
Is something wrong?
Is this a joke? She's retarded?
No, did I break it?
No, it's just out of gas.
What? No way!
Okay, so we got the ditzy airhead.
Dad said I should have filled up before I left.
Big brain. Is she for real? Why is this guy in the middle? Why is this girl in the middle of nowhere by herself? As I'm trying to force all the ideas into the center of her brain, the girl grabs her head and whines under her breath.
Ah, man, and I didn't charge my phone either. What am I gonna do?
I wonder. I'd offer her mine, but I've never had a cell phone in my life. Seems like you'd have to be pretty absent-minded to forget that, though. What are you talking about? People forget their phones all the time. She whines once more and turns to me.
Hey, this might seem a little weird,
And oh no.
but could you take me somewhere nearby so I can get some gas?
What do you know? She actually did it.
How long did you say you've been stuck out here?
I don't know. A few hours, maybe?
I'm surprised she hasn't had a heat stroke.
I've been trying to wave down everyone who drives by, but you were the first to stop.
Yes, only the
Hold
person
on,
is dead inside.
Everyone?
Yep.
This heat must have fried her brain. Does she have any idea how dangerous that is?
That's probably not a good idea, you know.
Well, I guess. She cocks her head to the side and gives me a look of genuine curiosity. It wasn't obvious or something.
Huh? Why?
Well, you know.
Pedos!
A cute young girl alone in the middle of the desert? It's just asking for trouble.
But you're a cute young girl alone in the middle of a desert.
Okay, but I'm not stuck here.
What?
Her comeback takes me off guard and I turn away a little, avoiding eye contact.
Yeah, but that's different.
Smile returns to her face, the same bright one that she showed me when I first pulled over. I'm still avoiding eye contact, but she... Wait, let me check something. Okay, never mind, I didn't miss anything. I'm still avoiding eye contact, but she leans over to the direction I'm looking and continues to smile.
So, do you think you can give me a ride?
I don't know.
Please! It shouldn't take very long.
This girl, it's like she didn't even listen to what I said. Still, better me than some psycho. I mean, yeah. So, it's not like a small detour will make me late or anything.
I guess it's fine. I'm not in too big of a rush anyway.
Before I'm even finished, she sprang off the ground, bouncing to the motorhome.
Hey, wait!
Well, it's already far too late as she somehow made her way into the motorhome before its owner even finding the time to give me a small wave from the passenger seat. Maybe she's like a psycho and she's like just about to stab you in the back. That'd be a pretty big plot twist. I heave a heavy sigh, rubbing my temple as I climb back up into the driver's seat. The key is still dangling in the ignition. I wrench it around and the motorhome roars to life, forcing a surprised squeak out of the girl.
By the the way, my name is Marina. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Amber, don't mention it.
Careful not to hit her car, I backed the RV up and turned it around, sending us in my original direction. I reached for the play button on the cassette player, finally giving into temptation, but Marina starts up again.
Why aren't we going the other way? Wasn't there a station a little ways back?
Oh, I'm the psycho.
It was more than a little ways back. I saw a sign a few miles ago that said there was a station not too far from here, so we're going there.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that. You're really observant.
Kappa. Yeah, you're just really oblivious.
Not really.
Silence falls between us, the roaring of the engine and the swishing of the wind from outside being the only sounds. I take that as my cue and reach for the cassette player once more, and finally give...
How do you even drive this thing? It's huge!
Marina spreads her arms out like an eagle, unfurling its wings, almost bopping me on the head in the process. I clear my throat and grab her arm out from the air, gently placing it on her lap.
It's not that bad. You get used to it.
She tilts her head to the side and gives a light grunt as if saying, "That's so. We returned to the silence of before." Again, I reach for the cassette play.
So what are you doing out here? Are you going camping? Seems like what you're doing is fun.
Take a deep breath and hold it on as long as possible before letting it out.
Just traveling. What about you? Why are you out here?
Oh, well, it's kinda silly.
She scratches her head and lets out an embarrassed laugh before staring at her feet. She quiets down, surprisingly stays quiet. Oh, looks like that worked. I reach for the cassette player one last time. I stop for a moment to look in the glove compartment, and then Marina, who looks lost in thought. Finally, I press play. A pleasant little chime greets me as I enter the station. Oh, okay. I thought I missed something. The drive was quiet after I turned the music on. Turning the tables on her and asking what she was doing out there seemed to throw her off. Didn't mean to come off as cold as I did. I mean, you're pretty dead. It's been ages since I've had a conversation beyond accepting some half-hearted condolences. But to be fair, I haven't really wanted to hold one. The guy behind the counter is busy ringing someone up, so I set out in search of a gas can. The store is one of those big mini-mart places made specifically for travelers. It's surprisingly clean for a place surrounded by sand. Every corner has an unnatural, sanitary shine, accompanied by the scent of citrus cleaning product. Wait, there's actually mini-marts like this? Maybe there's like a 7-Eleven. Huh.
Hey, they have cola flavor here!
I turn and find Marina clutching the slushy machine. Cola slushy? Her eyes widening like a cat's when tempted with yarn.
Don't most gas stations have it?
She shakes her head but doesn't take her eyes off the machine.
All the places back home only had cherry and raspberry. When we got sick of them, we just had to mix them together. But...
Marina finally turns to me wearing... Marina? Okay, we're gonna do Marina. Marina finally turns to me wearing a face of pure concentrated sadness.
I left my wallet in the car.
Well, go get it. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Just looking at her, I can feel my heart whiz.
How were you expecting to pay for the gas?
Oh, her car.
I don't know. I just remembered.
Hey, I feel you. Short-term memory. How'd she last 5 minutes out in the desert?
Fine, I guess I'll pay for it.
Really?
I mean, you're gonna go back, or she can just pay you back.
Yeah. And grab yourself one of those slushies too. But make it a small one.
So was it slushy, not the cola thing?
You're the best, Amber.
She grabs a cup and holds down the button until the slushy overflows and drips down the side. Bruh. I was gonna pay for the gas anyway, but I'm hoping a drink makes up for the drive over. I spot the gas cans, and with Marina happily sipping her drink, grab one and head for the counter. The guy at the register is still bringing out the same girl. Lines of flimsy plastic bags line the counter, filled with a mixture of off-brand junk food and gardening tools. She kind of reminds me of Winry with that head thing. He scans the items as the girl digs through her wallet, her bandana-wrapped head pressing the phone against her shoulder.
Aren't you supposed to be the badass mechanic? What good are you if you're not?
She's talking about herself. So isn't this like public indecency? She swipes out a card and hands it to the cashier, more interested in staring at her nails than looking at him.
How the hell would I know? Have the squirt check underneath if you're so curious.
Oh, is she on the phone? Oh. On the other end of the line, I can hear the faintest of squabbling. I can't make out anything they're saying, but the tone sounds worlds more tolerable than the girls. Okay.
If it's that old, then I say do it. Cash is cash. It's not like anyone's gonna care.
Don't you bruv
Better
me.
not take as long as last time, though. I'll
Don't
be
you
waiting
bruv
for
me of
you
all
slackers
people.
outside.
I know this is what you want. The girl slips her phone back into the crevices of her dangerously unzipped jumpsuit. Is it jumpsuit? What little clothing she has on underneath looks like it's gonna burst from the slightest movement. That is an interestingly roundabout way to say anything. Not my type, especially with that personality. It's hard for me to do anything other than stare. Bruh. The attendant reaches out to help with the bags, but the girl snaps him away before he can. She shoots him with a heated glare that burns straight through the man and into the wall behind him. Turning around, the girl looks at us for a second before rolling her eyes and then marches out the door, the bags weighing her down as they nearly scrape the ground. Yeah, definitely not my type. Jesus.
Good luck.
Marina and I set the can and nearly empty slushie on the counter. Already?
Will that be all?
Why is it empty?
Yeah, sorry for more boring than that other girl.
She's so dead inside, she has room for sass. The attendant hacks out a dry cackle and scans the gas can. He flicks his oily ponytail behind his shoulder, then rings up Marina's drink.
Been a lot of folks passing through and stocking up the past few days.
Is he like supposed to be the embodiment of New Mexico?
It's been a good change of pace. I'm guessing that's why you girls are here too.
Marina eases in towards the counter, nudging herself tightly between me and a rack, her hands creeping over to the slushie.
For what? I'm just heading out to California.
Oh, poggers? Maybe not poggers, but if I don't end up driving myself insane first.
You mean you don't know?
The attendant freezes, forgetting about the scanner in his hand. Blinding red light beams from it onto my chest.
About what?
Why, the treasure.
Oh yeah, that's the major plotline. Marina's hand stopped just shy of grabbing the cup.
Treasure?
The clerk's chubby face morphs into a grin.
Telling me that you girls haven't heard of the treasure in the journal?
I have.
I frown. Embarrassed, Marina looks at the floor again, her cheeks flushing red. Guess she's always just as forward.
Oh, well, I heard about it on the news. It's kind of why I drove down here.
You drove out into the middle of the desert for treasure? Sorry, but you've lost me.
Not just any treasure, Missy. The miner's treasure.
He says it like that should clarify what he meant. I stare at him. He stares back. Marina sips the last dregs of her slushie.
You honestly don't know.
Not a clue. Are you gonna change that?
A little feisty, ain't you?
Not really. Just have stuff to do.
Fair enough.
This is
A
painful.
little while back, some folks were going through all the trash in their garage. As fate would have it, they came across an old journal. Turns out the thing belonged to their great uncle. Or maybe it was their great grandfather. I don't know. Some dead old man.
I cut him off with a cough. A polite hint for him to either get on with it or quit his yammering. Despite apparently knowing all this, Marina continues to stay focused and rapt attention. Sometimes her drink makes that annoying slurping sound again.
Sorry. I'll try keeping it short. Anyway, after flipping through it, they found out that he'd struck it rich during the gold rush.
If he struck it rich, then wouldn't the family know about it? They'd have to be pretty well off, right?
Bro, you're telling me the wealth that you accumulated from like 170 years ago is relevant 170 years later?
Oh, I can answer that.
Is there a single person on this planet whose family is rich from because their ancient ancient ancestors were rich during the gold rush? No. Excluding the fact that like 0.1% of the people actually made a successful during that time.
He went back home to Missouri without any gold and told all his friends he hid it.
Actually, by now the slushy is all gone. Marina tries for one last sip, but all that stuck through, the straw is air. She peers down into the cup and blows out a small sigh.
No one believed him, though.
I raise an eyebrow. If even this girl knows about it, then I must be more out of the loop than I thought.
Well now, looks like Sister here has been doing her research.
The attendant leans into the counter and smirks. Oh god.
Story goes, he wanted to eventually move his family out west and dig his gold back up along the way, but kicked it before he could.
He slides his thumb along his neck and makes a cheesy sound effect to go with it. Oh. Marina giggles, but I just keep staring.
The folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace his steps and find the treasure.
You're telling me any sane publishing house actually wants to buy it?
Shipments have been selling like hotcakes. Just got ours last week.
He points to a rack of identical books sitting by the door. The sign above it reads, Treasure of the Desert, a Miner's Journey. Take part in the new gold rush. Yeah, that'll stick in people's heads.
And people are really buying into this?
Sure are. I've worked here for over 20 years, and never have I seen this many people passing through. Even the Banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal.
Sure, okay. This is a hoax if I've ever seen one.
And where is this supposed treasure?
No one knows. It's all scattered around the desert. They say the journal has hints to its whereabouts.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Marina, you said this is why you drove out here?
it wouldn't be much of a treasure if you actually knew where it was.
Yep, that's right.
But you don't really believe the treasure exists, do you?
Sure I do. At least, I want to. But wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure?
Sure, it would be cool. But there's a good chance there isn't. And even if there were, do you know where to start looking?
No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the journal.
Nice. She lowers her head. Let you know there's a good chance what I'm saying is true.
But I have to try.
Why, are you poor? Do you need the monies? Her voice is soft and quiet, but there's a faint glow of determination behind it. Makes me feel ashamed for scolding, but the idea that she dropped everything for treasure is insane. To her credit, she did a little research, but that's cancelled out by driving into the desert without a full tank of gas. She wasn't prepared at all. Mr. H. Ton, are you still here? Out of curiosity. The people who care about her must be worried sick. Oh, that means there's no one that cares about her. I barely even know her, and I'm worried.
Aw, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who could resist a good treasure hunt?
Please respond with an ayaya if you're still here. He looks to Marina and gives a big gummy grin, courtesy of his missing teeth. That's like one
Ain't
missing
that
tooth.
right, sister?
Oh, okay. Marina springs back with a smile of her own.
That's right!
Rolling my eyes, I reach into my pocket and pass some crumpled bills to the cart.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
He shrugs and stuffs the cash in the register. Then now I'm just paying for the tank and an empty cup. I'll pocket the change. I give a casual wave from the exit. That should be good enough, thank you. Marina follows, though a bit more animated, waving her arm like a fan as she says goodbye.
Oh, and sister?
Yeah?
Go
Hey,
ahead and
sisters.
take one of them journals. Free of charge.
Does he own this place?
Really?
Or he just doesn't give a fuck? Marina lights up like a firecracker and bounces up and down like she's a kid
Yep.
again. Do you want to press P? Yep. I'm not gonna say anymore.
Oh, wow! Thanks, mister!
In one swift motion, she swipes one of the remaining books off the rack so fast that I swear my eyes are skipping frames.
Hey, Amber! Look! He gave me one for free.
Yeah, I see it.
I tune out her chattering and nod as we walk out to the parking lot so we can finally get the fuel. The attendant shouts one last thing, his voice fading behind the glass of the closing door.
Good luck on your trip.
Desert people are weird. I think mountain people are pretty weird. Hey, you know, pressing
No
P is
way.
like the opposite of what a simp would do.
Maybe it's further up the road?
She did not lock her car.
I can't believe it. It's gone.
We could have just passed it.
Why she sound more concerned about the car than
We weren't
The owner.
even away that long. How can it be gone?
well, I guess it's a problem for her. Cause you know, you're in it for the long haul now. I look in every conceivable direction, but there's nothing. Nothing but an ocean of sand and a never-ending stretch of road. Was it Toad? No, not out here, not this quick.
Where the hell did it go?
Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it?
God damn it, I didn't update the stream info. I'm actually retarded. Okay, give me a second. I'm not streaming a short hike. That is very wrong. Let's see. I wonder if Twitch even has this game on categories. Okay, it is, but it does not have. Okay, did I fix it? Please. Okay. Wait. Yes. It is indeed. Pretty epic, not gonna lie. Why is it not saving? What the heck? I'm actually getting triggered. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Marina's hand rests against her cheek as she looks on with only mild confusion. She's trying to solve a small mystery.
Your car is missing! That's more than a little weird.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's actually my big brother's car. He just lent it to me when he left for college.
Nice.
Oh, well that makes everything better then.
Really?
No!
My god. I let out a heavy sigh and pressed my fingers to my temple, attempting to massage away the stress and irritation.
It was probably stolen. We'll need to call the police. You have a phone, right?
I do, but...
Oops. Her voice trails off a cliff. What she said earlier echoes in my head.
That's right. You said it was dead.
Good.
And I'm guessing you left it in your car.
Didn't she? say that?
Yeah.
Well, that's just great.
I thought you already said that.
Don't you have one?
Nope, never needed one.
Afraid no one would call you?
Oh my god. She's trying to trigger her.
Not quite.
I shield my eyes and look up at the dry sky. Its color has shifted to a glowing orange as sunset begins to settle over the distant valley peaks. It's gonna get pretty dark.
Don't worry, Amber. I would call you.
I can't just leave her. Even if she did have her phone, it would take... What? Something happened? Even if she did have her phone, it would take forever before anyone can get out here. She'd go from burning up in the heat to freezing out in the cold within a few hours. Equilibrium. Plus, if there are people around who would steal cars, then there's no telling who else is out here. Hey, let me see if it finished. Okay. Just not want to update. Let me update my stream info. Don't know why it won't let me do it. Oh god, it's getting worse. Okay. Let's see. Will this work? Why is it not updating? Okay, I think Twitch is just dying. I guess that's how it is. Wait. I can already see how all this would go down. She'd be huddled on the side of the road, trying to keep warm. A pack of coyotes would be howling all around her, closing in. Then from down the road, a starved creep would pull up in a trashy old pickup truck, open his door for her, and... Oh god. Yeah,
Hey,
that's what I'm
where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, I'm from Carlsbad.
Where's that again? She pauses for a moment.
Or at least kinda close to it. It's a little out of the way.
Carlsbad? You're from California?
Oh, that is in California.
No, silly! Carlsbad, New
Oh.
Mexico.
Oh, right.
I mean, yeah. I'd been going there for a second.
How far is that?
Maybe 2 hours from here?
Wow, you didn't get very far at all, did you?
Marina lowers her head in shame.
I never really seem to.
Whew. That's an ouch. Though I'm not really one to talk. I've been on the road less than a day. What? No. Okay, I guess I'll just wait for my freaking phone to connect. Okay. Face cam should be back up in a second. It just freeze? It just froze. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. Wait. What's going on? Is it working? It is not working. Turn it on. Why is it just completely dying? Let me see if I can fix these technical difficulties. Please? Oh, shoot. Oh. Okay. We are back. Okay. Yes, is that working? Okay, that is working. It's a visual novel. Though I'm not really one to talk. I mean, Yeah. I've been on the road less than a day. Would have gone farther if traffic on the I-40 wasn't such a pain in the butt, or if I didn't pick up Marina.
Hey, listen. You don't live too far away. If you want, I can probably give you a lift back home.
I prep myself for an explosion of thankful energy and excitement. But there isn't one. Instead, she continues to stare at the ground, her hands now balled up in a fist as she fidgets ever so slightly.
Something wrong?
She shifts her gaze from the ground and looks me straight in the eyes, drawing a deep, long breath.
Remember the treasure we were talking about at the store?
Yeah?
I know it's a lot to ask, and you've already helped me out so much already. But do you think you could take me to the first place the treasure is?
Huh?
She wants to keep going, even after this entire disaster.
The treasure! Could you take me to the first?
I heard you the first time. It's just... You don't even know if this thing is real, but you've dropped everything to go look for it. And now you're asking me, someone you've just met out in the middle of the desert, to take you to it. Even though you don't know if it's real and you've just had your car stolen. Did I catch all that?
Uh-huh.
Shameless. I'm at a loss for words. How do I even respond to that? I try to recollect my thoughts, but only one word comes to mind.
Why?
Marina shrugs. Nothing more than that. She just shrugs. Take a look at her. Good look. Her wavy hair has been dried out by the hot desert air. Her face is red and drenched in sweat, probably close to melting off her makeup. And her nice clothes are a little ruffled. Despite all that, this cute, peppy girl wants to keep pressing on. Even when most people would have just called it quits after their car broke down. Even out here all by herself. It's just how, like, people interpret things to their own liking. For all I know, she could be some weirdo out to mug me. This is all some elaborate scheme. But she wants my help. My help. It's been a while since anyone has needed that. It's like an honor. Do I deserve that? How is she twisting this? Probably not. But she's still asking. Why should I say no? I don't have to be in California for another few weeks, and isn't that why I'm taking this trip? To see the sights for him. She's a little excitable and even more naive, but maybe I need a little bit of that. It's a lot better than just being out here all by myself with a ghost of my memories to keep me company, even if it's just for a little while.
Why the hell not? Hop in.
Yeah, Twitch is just bugged.
For real?
Yeah, for real. But only until the first location. After that...
Dude, this girl just did some, like, crazy mental gymnastics. What the heck? The breath is forced out of me by the sharp impact of Marina tackling my stomach. A warm but damp sensation wraps itself tightly around me as dead weight snuggles up against my chest.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you!
What are you doing?
I'm hugging you, silly.
My cheeks grow warmer with each passing second. I try to wiggle my way out, but she stays latched on, her grip getting tighter and tighter.
Marina, please. You're all sweaty.
Sorry. I'm just super happy.
She unlatches herself, letting me clear my throat and recollect myself.
Anyway, let's get inside. I'm burning up out here.
We clamber back inside the motorhome, leaving the dry hellishness behind. I turn the ignition and let the AC blast away the RV stuffiness. Letting out breaths of sweet relief, Marina and I collapse back into our seats.
Alright, so where's the first piece of the treasure?
Well...
The real treasure is the friendship you make along the way.
You have no idea, do you?
That's not true! The news said a part of it was somewhere here in New Mexico. Probably.
I'm not surprised at all. At all. Should have seen this coming.
You have the journal?
Yeah?
She hands a cheap paperback book to me. The cover feels like it could fall apart at the turn of a page. The whole thing is fitting of its rustic design. I slide my thumb across the edges and flip through the pages. Thick forewords and passages commenting on the journal's historical significance skip past my eyes, most long enough to be their own book. Finally, a photocopy picture of one of the original entries appears, preserving the faded cursive lettering of the entire thing printed on the next page over. Crusting brown stains and wrinkles engrave the photo. Some of the writing has been scratched out too, like someone made mistakes and couldn't erase them. I hate to admit it, but for something that's probably a sham, the thing looks pretty authentic. With bounty and satisfaction, I am now homeward. I can't even read it, whatever. I'll wait for it to come up on the stream. Okay. Ah, the webcam blocks it. You know what? I can fix that. Get out of here. Just for now. With bounty and satisfaction in hand, I am now homeward bound. The perilous journey. Dude, this delay is so tragic. Why is it so long? Just let me read! Okay. With bounty and satisfaction in hand, I'm now homeward bound. A perilous journey forthcoming. Through my unrivaled intellect and unmatched ambition, I've succeeded in accomplishing that what many believed would no longer prove profitable. Of course, this only comes as a surprise to those around me, not myself. Okay? I traveled this way on the trail with many others from the Missouri Territory, but as my typical characteristic success grew, I could sense the envious stares amongst my so-called peers. The danger eventually became so great that I wished to flee, but my companions left before I woke. For what reason, you may ask? I do not know. It is with this in mind that I have taken upon myself to leave a note for one of my fellow prospectors, and to borrow his steed, so that I may one day return to settle with my family. But if this journey has taught me anything thus far, it is that jealous, conniving eyes are abundant. But I'm no fool. With my unparalleled wit, I have chosen to distribute portions of this gold across my travels. Oh. Yeah, I'm not reading all this crap. Where should I actually start? Let's see. If you left California, lived in Missouri, and supposedly hit something in New Mexico, like Marina said, then what we're looking for is likely a later entry. Okay, time to add the face cam back in. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. This is interesting, to say the least. Then what we're looking is later entry.
Here we are.
Are you serious? Why do I even bother? This is very scuffed. But it's fine. It's fine, it's totally fine. Alas, I reached the final point of division in my travels. During my stay among the ruined sanctuary, the rogue native Lamasi had informed me of a landmark that was rich in the mythos of his people. Considered sacred, he said that the chance of the gold being discovered would be very slim. He referred to it as a winged rock, a monument erected towards the sky. After my previous detour, I finally arrived. It is with much disbelief. I must say my friend Lamasi was right. It is not just a monument erected towards the sky, it is a mountain. Almost as if the Lord himself had struck up the earth among the sand. It is guarded by trails of rocks around it, all branching from the mother rock. On this journey, I've encountered many different sights, dangers, and yes, even an occasional friend. As I look upon the mountain before me, I am reminded once more that there are things bigger and greater than I. Although I am not yet rid of this cough, my soul has been humbled and removed of fatigue. I can think of no better place to store the last of my gold, and I anxiously await the day I return. Do I have to find a tower in the middle of the desert?
The gist of it is that it's near a big rock and a bunch of little rocks.
That should narrow it down, right?
Yeah, to the entire state of New Mexico.
Marina gasps and lunges towards the journal, the muscles in her neck tense and eyes wide with panic.
That can't be the only thing he mentioned. There has to be more.
I raise the journal high above me so she can't reach it, using my hand as a blockade against her head as she desperately tries to grasp for it. Dude, like... it's weird. I'm listening to anime scenes I can easily visualize in my head be described in English.
Sheesh, relax for a second. I actually have a pretty good idea of where it might be.
National Monument? She settles down, so stiff with anxiety, nibbling on its different thumb. I lower the book back down and read over the entry one more time, just to make sure.
There's a part where he calls it a winged rock.
Because, like, this imagery, or, like, what they're doing is not something you'd usually find. Nibbling on your thumb, really?
Assuming my years of reading travel guides and brochures weren't totally useless, then I'm pretty sure that's a loose translation of what the Navajo used to call shiprock.
There's a ship out in the desert? Whoa!
It's the Flying Dutchman. Peer over the journal. Marina's imagination's going bonkers. Her eyes alight as she tries to wrap her head around such a novelty even existing.
How long have you lived in New Mexico?
Marina swells up with pride, only to deflate like a balloon before speaking, instead choosing to blow a misplaced strand of hair out of the way.
All my life.
Nice. I sigh and slam the journal shut.
It's a small mountain near the border of New Mexico and Utah that's vaguely shaped like a ship.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Thing's a landmark.
Yeah.
Sheltered kid?
Hey, at least I know now.
Dude, watch. She's the ditzy airhead, but she actually has a traumatic past that she'll never tell anyone. Shrugging, I put away the journal and smirk. Misplaced as it might be, her cheeriness is a good mix-up from the norm.
Do you think the treasure might be there?
Don't know, but it's worth a shot. We don't have anything else to go on. Sure you don't want me to just take you home?
I'm sure that's what you'd like. Marina hesitates for a moment, turning to the windshield as if to dodge the question with her eyes.
No, I think I want to do this.
Alright then.
Committing? I put the car in drive and look ahead. The sun is set, the blue shade of dust rising up to take its place. I press down on the gas. Marina turns to me and smiles.
Let's hit the road.
Whoa, the night? The sun has long since set and given way to darkness. Only my headlights remain, illuminating the road and silhouetting those small rock formations around us. I've been alternating between the old tape and new ones, mainly throwing on the old tape after finishing a new one, and vice versa. I haven't had any complaints from Marina. She's been sitting at my side the entire time, softly humming off key to the music. She seems to be the type to just accept things as they are, like with her car being stolen or that treasure. Especially that treasure. And to make it worse, it's not just her. Apparently it's some phenomenon now. It goes to show just how much I keep up with current events. But the whole thing smells like a scam. I bet somewhere all the big shots from that publishing house are gathered up in their corporate tower, laughing at the idiots they ripped off with that book. Christ, I'm even starting to sound like him. The music turns to static, for the cassette is silenced by a loud click. I eject it and reach for his old tape again. Marina notices, taking the opportunity to break the long-held silence.
So, do you like music a lot?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I figured. You've been playing those tapes this entire time.
Oh,
I figured. You've been playing those tapes.
Oh, I can use my mouse wheel.
oh,
I figured. You've been.
She picks up one of the tapes on the center console and inspects it, going as far as to poke her pinky through one of the holes. Yeah, I do that
Though
sometimes.
I'm not sure what you'd call this type of music.
I'd like to know.
I've just been playing whatever. Mostly jazz fusion and alt country. Threw in some new age crap in there for good measure. Most of these are mixtapes I made when I was little.
Cool. Any names I'd recognize?
Normie. She peeks at me through the holes of the cassette, wearing a wide, genuine smile.
Probably not.
Aw, come on. Try me.
Okay, I think I can put the face cam on back now. Okay. Why not? Maybe I'm not giving her enough credit.
You know, Gabriel, Gertu, Weather Report, Donovan, Methany.
Weather Report. Okay, I can't do that, but if Han was watching, he'd know what I'm saying. Marina gives sage-like nods and grunts of understanding as I list off the names.
You have no idea who any of them are, do you?
Not a clue.
Me neither. Wait, Methany? Paul Methany? Last train home? This girl is a JoJo reference.
That's what I thought.
Sorry. I usually listen to whatever's on the radio.
I mean, that's already pretty boomer. I cracked a slight smile.
It's alright. I could see how it might be hard to get into.
Dude, last
My
train
gramps
home is
used
the
to call
best.
it road trip music.
I still think it's nice, though. It's making you really happy.
You think so?
She taps her finger gently against my cheek. I pull away a little, but let her do it anyway.
Yeah? Why else would you be smiling?
Never really thought of whether it made me happy before, but I do know it made him happy, so it's good enough for me.
That's actually why I'm going to California. You know, for a music festival.
Wait, really?
For real? Where?
Not far from Palm Springs.
Palm Springs? Like the actual Palm Springs?
Don't know if there are any other Palm Springs in California, but yeah, they do it every year for a few weekends.
I went to my first concert a little before I graduated.
Wait, they're out of college? She rests her head against the window and stares at the road ahead, her smile fading but still
It
there.
was so much fun. An entire weekend of that sounds super awesome.
Nah, it ain't that cool.
Marina flings her head away from the window and turns to me. Now she's staring at me like I'm crazy.
How could you even say that? It's the coolest thing ever! I wouldn't even be able to wait. I'd want to see all the bands.
Sheesh, relax. It's not like I'm taking it for granted. It's just that there's only one group I know I want to see so far.
What do they call it? The lineup. That's right. His favorite group.
Just one?
He was so excited when he got the tickets. King Crimson?
Just one that I'm excited for. I'll watch a bunch though.
Releasing a long sigh, Marina eases back into her seat.
Oh, good. I was afraid you were going to head home after you saw your group.
I mean, I don't think anyone's that
You
stupid.
crazy? I'd like to at least have a little fun before worrying about all the expenses I gotta deal with.
That nuance at the end of that line was pretty hot.
Expenses?
Damn it.
It's nothing.
She gasped.
Are you in debt? Is it college loans? My brother said those aren't fun to deal with at all.
Hey, she needs the money. Mutual goal. We're in. Got too comfortable. Should've just kept my trap shut.
Or did you just spend too much on your tick?
No, it's not. Stop being a normie, Mr. Biggie. Without warning, I swerve off to the side of the road and onto the rocky sand, cutting... What'd she say?
Are you in debt? Or did you just spend too much on your tick?
Cutting Marina off and nearly giving her a heart attack. Marina shoots me a worried glance, her face still
Oh
pale.
my god! What was that? Are you okay?
I pinch the bridge of my nose and my elbows on the wheel.
Amber,
I've been driving all day. I'm a little tired.
where
Me
are
too.
we?
A little outside Albuquerque, so we aren't too far now. We'll sleep here tonight and drive to Shiprock first thing in the morning.
Killing the ignition, I climb out of my seat and head into the living quarters. Marina trails behind me. Dude. Man, they get to be in the middle of the frickin' desert. That was supposed to happen this summer. I yank open the bathroom's Velcro latch cupboards. Inside is a folded stack with a blanket, sheet, pillow. Bathroom? Blanket, sheet, pillow, and my old gym clothes from school. I scoop them up and toss them in Marina. She scrambles to catch it, desperately bouncing them as they lean out of her arms.
Sorry about the clothes. I don't have any actual pajamas. You can sleep on the couch. It folds out into a bed.
Oh, okay.
Alright then, see you in the morning.
With that, I step into the back room and slam the sliding door before collapsing onto the oversized bed. Even in the darkness, I can make out the pictures hanging on the wall. Once upon a time, they were generic scenic pieces. Now they're photos. Photos of me and Gramps. I saw this grandpa, not her dad. Whoa! Why is she like half 7 teeth missing? My favorite is the one of us in front of a museum for music. Rock and roll to be specific. I was just a little peepsqueak back then, holding up an autographed vinyl sleeve that was about the size of my head. He was by my side, squatting down, ruffling my hair as I gave the biggest smile I could, even with my missing teeth. Baby teeth. I let out a sigh and fixate on the ceiling skylight, a small sliver of the moonlight shining through. Feels like an eternity since I've last laid down in this bed. I remember I felt like being hugged by a cloud. Now it feels like concrete. Tiny creaks sound from the room next door, accompanied by Marina's little squeaks of determination as she struggles with a fold-out bed. Till finally, I hear a loud thud. Oh my god. Can't help but smirk a little. Should have warned her that it was heavy. The room over goes silent. I hope it didn't crush her. Luckily, I soon hear footsteps tiptoeing across the carpet, then on the bathroom tile. They stop outside my door.
Hey, are you awake?
Her voice is weak, barely above a whisper. It's almost impossible to hear as it's muffled through the door.
I know I've said it a lot already, but I really mean it. Thanks, Amber. Good night.
I continue to stay silent. In the dark, the ceiling looks like it's constantly changing in size and dimension. Sometimes getting bigger and farther away, other times getting closer and smaller. I look down. Through the crack under the door, I can see her shadow turning around to leave. The words slip out of my mouth before she can even take her first step.
Night, kiddo.
Title card. Should I just end it? Oh, what?
Night, kiddo.
Bruh. We'll see if we can go a little longer. Most people imagine Indian reservations as tucked away slices of heaven. I don't know if anyone does anymore. Maybe some pocketed oasis of vibrant greens and flowing water in what is otherwise a wasteland. Those people are wrong. The Navajo reservation is sandy and barren as the rest of the desert, and at 22,475 miles, it's neither green nor fun-sized. Not that I hate it. The miles of faded highway road speed past me, blending together with the sand that stretches out to far-off rigid mountains. Like there's a rhythm to it all. Behind me, Marina is still stretched out on a fold-out bed, cuddling the pillow, a substitute for her blanket that's long since fallen off her bed. My old gym clothes are a little small for her, the shorts only reaching halfway down her thighs. But hey, I'm not complaining. Soon we're rolling into the town, its jagged namesake peeking over the horizon. Shiprock. Wait. The town itself is typical for this desert. Wait, it's called Shiprock too? Let's see. The town itself is typical for this desert. Nothing fancy like a high-rise. There's a whole lot of plain shacks sitting on top of gravel, painted warm browns and beiges. From behind me, there's light. There's a light, most fluffy yawn. I wonder how that bundle of joy handles mornings. Not know why I thought that said mornings.
Oh, hey.
Why is
You're
her
finally awake.
Oh, that's her shirt. My bad. She yawns again and thumps back against the bed. Guess she's not a morning person.
And there's still some coffee in the...
Oh wow, is that shiprock?
I take it back. Marina rushes behind me and grabs the back of her seat, her eyes sparkling.
It's huge! I can't believe we can see it from so far away!
On closer inspection, my clothes are way too tight for her. My fur sure is being stretched to its limit. Of course, this doesn't seem to bother her at all. I don't know if I'm more embarrassed for myself or for her.
Well, we have to get moving now. So go get dressed or whatever.
Sure thing.
She scampers off to the back, finally giving me room to breathe as I make my way to the driver's seat. Until I accidentally glance at the rearview mirror. In the middle of the motorhome, Marina slips out of her pajamas and into her regular clothes. Jeez, the bathroom is right there. I adjust the mirror and try my hardest to stay focused on anything else I can look at. Fully dressed, Marina pops up back beside me and settles in the passenger seat. The desolate road continues until suddenly, as if out of nowhere, we're greeted by a line of cars, RVs, buses, and every other kind of vehicle under this blazing sun. All lumped together, stacked one on top of the other, side by side, every single one blasting their horns. Save formally. I guess we can do a snooze slot.
What the...
Whoa, you think this is because of the treasure?
No. Area 51. I grit my teeth and flop back in my seat. I can only pray these are tourists, and I was the only one dumb enough to humor this scam. We're soon assimilated into the traffic jam. Slowly, the motorhome inches forward. But when we finally reach the front, a whole new monster awaits us. Laid out on the dirt, barely in the shadow of the looming mountain, is a giant cluster that can only be described as such. Campers, tents, tarps, booths, you name it. A chaotic horde of people around the entire unorganized mess. I cringe at the very sight of it. I'm in hell. Marina pushes her face against the window in awe of the sheer insanity.
I don't think I've seen this many people since the concert.
Oh god, she's gonna break from the overstimulation. That is an interestingly worded line. A choir of horns serenade us from behind. Groaning, I pull forward and squeeze the motorhome into the nearest available space, stuffed tightly between everything else. Backing out is gonna be a real pain.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go find that treasure.
Maybe I should turn on the lights. I didn't realize it got so dark. Marina sits up and nearly left out of the car, but I grab her wrist and pull her back into her seat.
Just hold on a second.
Her enthusiasm fades.
Oh, that's right. You were only going to drop me off and leave.
Oh wait, really?
Sorry, but I'm gonna stick around a bit longer.
For real?
She starts sniffling.
You're so nice to me, Amber. I think I might cry.
Again, this is like the only thing you would see in an anime.
Hold it in. We gotta think of a game plan first.
Okay.
That reminded me of something. Marina returns to her usual happy-go-lucky self while I grimace at the chaos outside. If I suspend my disbelief and assume the treasure is real, where would we even start? We don't even have any equipment.
I guess we may as well start by checking out the place.
I'm the first to make my way out into the sea of people. My nose is assaulted with smells of campfires and BO mask and suntan lotion. Smells like tourist, alright. Marina finishes her run around the motorhome and huddles close to me, her eyes still wide with wonder, far less gung-ho than before. The two of us make our way through the makeshift campground, following a guardrail that's been set up to separate the visitors from the rock. All the while, we pass different scenes starring all sorts of people. A news anchor elbowing nosy hecklers out of the way while she tries to report, Men on top of motorhomes and lawn chairs, strumming away on guitars. Even vendors have set up shop here, selling overripened fruit from their booths. Marina is speechless, looking on in overwhelmed curiosity, and hovering so close I keep tripping over her. I'm half expecting her to grab onto one of my belt loops. I'm surprised. I pegged her to be pretty good with crowds.
Please stay behind the guardrail! I repeat, please stay behind the guardrail!
Nice ear rape. A booming voice shouts over the crackling of a megaphone. Pushing through the crowd, we've shoved into a part of the crowd that's mobbing by an opening in the guardrail. They're barred from advancing by a lone man standing on top of a folding chair and clutching his megaphone like a shotgun.
Stay behind the guardrail! Please be considerate of Navajo land!
Social commentary.
What's going on?
Degeneracy.
Not sure. I think.
The sun reflects off of the truck behind it. I squint my eyes at the word printed on its side.
I think. Not sure. I think.
Navajo. Oh, I think she's talking about rock. Am I stupid?
Not sure.
What's
Stay be- Please!
Okay, you know what? I don't know.
what's going on?
Not sure. I think.
Truck behind it. I squint my eyes at the word printed on its side. Navajo Parks and Recreation.
It's the man?
The man?
Never mind.
The relentless cloud ignores him, ramming into each other as they fling a whole dictionary's worth of profanity at him.
This could get nasty.
Maybe they're moshing. People did that at the concert.
Just what the hell kind of concert did you go to anyway? Wait a second.
In the back of the mosh, distant from the calamity, is a familiar sight. Blonde hair intertwined and running through a dark red bandana.
What's wrong?
Remember that loud chick from the gas station?
A little. I was too busy with my slushie to really notice. Why?
I think we just found our first lead.
My voice trails off and I start towards the girl, pushing my way through the crowd.
Hey, Amber! Wait!
Putting on my person mask, I take a breath and place my hand on her shoulder with a forced smile.
For the last time, old man, I don't have any!
Huh?
Okay. The battle of the century. Dead on the inside versus Edgelord. Who wins? She whips around, her eyes prepare for murder, but her features switch to standby mode as she realizes her mistake.
Oh.
Sorry, but didn't I see you at that convenience store yesterday?
Oh, yeah, that dump. Outside of Roswell, right?
Yep, that was us. I'm Amber. The other girl is Marina.
Marina waves and I extend my hand. The girl's eyes narrow, but she eventually shakes it with a surprisingly strong grip.
Mariah.
So loud.
Everyone here for the treasure?
What does voice emphasis mean? I don't even know.
They'd be idiots if they weren't.
Hey, what do you know? You were right, Amber.
You say that like it's a good thing.
You guys here for the gold too? Not sure why else somebody would come out
She looks over the scenery and wrinkles her nose.
to this place.
The ray of sunshine next to me is looking for the gold. I'm just the ride.
Step away from the guardrail! You're all getting out of hand!
The horde presses in, the yelling grows louder.
You aren't getting through, so I don't even know why.
A can of beer flies through the air and cracks him on the forehead, the liquid running down his face.
Oh, come on!
Navajo Parks and Recreation. They are trying to keep well-meaning treasure hunters from carving up the rock because of its religious significance.
Doesn't surprise
come
me.
on.
This is a four-corner state, so there's lots of stuff like that out here.
I think it's sweet that they're trying to protect big ol' Shippy.
Hey, if nothing else, at least keep it as, like, you know, it's nature. I don't know. Whatever. Mariah stares at her as she's questioning her entire existence.
But it's a rock.
Rocks are cool.
So?
What do you got against rocks?
It's only good for postcards and carving big monuments. Why is it such a big deal if people want to look for treasure up there?
Well, it's not gonna make much of a difference either way.
Why's that? You a non-believer?
She's the one scoffing at it being religious. She's like,
No,
non-believer.
I'm just not a sucker.
Oof.
That's not very nice, Amber.
Dead on the inside is winning.
Well, it's true. It's obvious that this is just an elaborate scam and everyone got ripped off.
Before I finish my sentence, a cocky, overgrown smile makes its way onto Mariah's face, oozing with snide confidence.
What if I told you I could prove the treasure is real?
Hey,
I'd
cool.
say you're full of it.
Does that mean the treasure's real? Like, honest to goodness real?
Overwhelmed with excitement, Marina springs up and down, all while Mariah gives a smug nod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Oh, ye of little faith. I said I could prove it, didn't I?
And how exactly are you gonna do that?
Come back to my base full of highly trained elite treasure hunters. Then I'll show you.
Elite what now?
Highly trained elite treasure hunters.
Nice.
Right. Thanks, but no thanks. We'll pass.
What? But why?
Well, because...
You said we needed a game plan, right?
Hello, hello. Who may that be? Is that someone I know? Mr. Lord Awesome 47? If so, I don't know. Give me a hint. If not, welcome.
This is the best chance we have right now.
A terrifying amount of determination emanates from her as she forces an unwavering stare. Oh, Scioli? Seriously? That's pretty bog. Scioli, the saving grace of my 8th grade year. A terrifying amount of determination emanates from her as she forces an unwavering stare at me. Her gaze intensifies. I look down at my dusty shoes and finally give in.
Jeez, if it'll make you that happy, I'll do it.
Dude, this girl wants to get abducted. She's really damn determined, I'll give her that much. I'm not sure I could have said no.
But this better be legit, you hear?
I point to Mariah.
I'm not in the mood to be jerked around today.
I mean, that's basically all you've been doing.
I'll keep my word.
Hey! Stop it!
Bruh. We look back to the crowd. The guardrails have toppled over, and the crowd surged toward the man. Oh my
I'm
god.
warning you to stay back! I have a megaphone!
Dude, he can, like, just ear rape all of them when they get close. That's a pretty powerful weapon, not gonna lie. The crowd circles around the chair and topples it over, the man crashing down with it.
We should probably scram.
Oh wait, was that the hint? Oh. Is it Josh? We should probably scram. Oh, whoops.
Way ahead of you.
Sleek and lavish, Mariah's motorhome is like a mansion on wheels. Its chromy black paint is so fresh that I can practically smell the primer.
Here we are. Base, sweet base.
She throws the door open.
Joe, Tess, buck up. We have guests.
Marina and I shoot each other an unsure glance, then enter the motorhome.
Oh, hey. Did you finally manage to make some friends?
Blow it out your ass, slacker.
Dang, they're like stacked. It's just as big and expensive on the inside, making my RV look like a toilet in comparison. It's definitely a luxury class, unlike my Class C. I should have classes? Or at least it would be a luxury motorhome if not for the seemingly random decor. The wall is littered with posters of ska bands, the worst genre of music. Even weirder are the license plates scattered everywhere. Some in boxes, some on the table, and some strung together like a wind chime. A beanbag in the corner and balls of empty beer and liquor cast off on the ground. The place looks more like a frat pad than a base. An impression further aided by the guy sprawled out on the couch, his head wrapped in a bandana like Mariah's.
Someone's feisty today. No luck with the treasure, I take it?
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Am I pronouncing her name
Hey
correctly?
now, me and Tess were holding down the fort. That's a very important job.
He gestures at the cot above him. A hollow space under some cabinets. It looks like a row of cupboards used to be there, and they're stripped out to make room for it. Lying on top of it is a little girl facing the other direction, filling with something I can't make out. She's wearing another identical bandana.
Isn't that right, Tess?
Oh god, it's the lolly. Tess gives a barely existent nod and continues tinkering.
See, what did I tell you?
Has she been like this the entire time?
Yep. She hasn't moved since you left this morning. It's kind of sad.
Please. Don't think I haven't noticed you were on that couch when I left.
Guilty as charged.
I clear my throat, reminding them of our presence.
Oh, right. This is my team. The lug who's become one with the couch is Joseph, and the squirt is my kid sister Tess. Joe, Tess, this is Alyssa and Marina.
Bruh.
Amber and Marina.
Whatever. They are looking for the treasure too.
Hey there, ladies.
I can only hope the highly trained elite team are hidden in the bathroom.
Hey, I'm Marina. It's really nice to meet you.
Marina jumps in front of me, taking hold of the conversation by the throat.
The other girl is Amber. Say hi, Amber.
Hi.
Don't mind her. She's just grumpy.
Bruh.
I'm not grumpy.
She's acting like your aunt or something. Or I guess your mom,
you
really.
sound pretty grumpy to me.
I groan and start muttering nonsense under my breath. Didn't think being a realist would make me grumpy. Oh boy.
She doesn't think the treasure exists.
Uh-oh, Mariah, we've got a non-believer in our midst.
Why do they keep saying that?
Why do you think I brought her here?
If you think you'll be able to convince me that this treasure is real, then fine. But you have another thing coming.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Back in my motorhome. We can take you and your sense of adventure back to Carlsbad if you want.
No thanks.
Carlsbad? California?
New Mexico.
Rolling her eyes, Mariah walks over to a drawer. From inside, she pulls out something wrapped in cloth and brings it over to me.
Go ahead. Take a peek.
Her smirk reappears, curling across her face as if there were a game, and there was no way she could lose. Hesitant, I bring my hand to the rag and unwrap it.
What? No, wait. Is this?
That's right.
Is it gold? Oh, lying swaddled in the cloth is a yellow nugget. Ugh, give it a squeeze. It's soft. Definitely not a piece of pyrite. Can you really just squeeze gold?
It's gold!
But how?
You know the miner who hid the treasure? That's Joseph's great-great-uncle.
Connections,
lying.
baby.
I can testify for that. It's true.
This
Okay.
thing is a family heirloom.
Oh, so you didn't find it from the treasure.
More like it was lying forgotten in my basement until we stumbled across it as kids.
Isn't it his family then that published the book?
After that, I heard great tales of the miner and his hidden treasure.
She went to the library and found old newspaper clippings making fun of him.
Then, I made it my life's goal to find his treasure.
She's been obsessed with it ever since. Help.
That's a load. I saw you at the store yesterday. If you knew so much about the treasure, then why did you have to buy one of those journals?
Another side of my family probably got the journal after he kicked it. We didn't hear about it until everyone else did.
That's a load.
She's been obsessed.
That's a load.
Another side of my family probably got the...
This doesn't prove anything.
That's what I'm saying. Marina shoots me a scowl, similar to the look she gave to the clerk yesterday.
What are you trying to say?
Sis,
Tess finally moves, hopping down from her cot. Another license plate wind chime in her hand. The plates clanking together as she runs over to Mariah.
sis, I finished it.
She says this without a hint of emotion, her eyes in a constant half-open state. It's kind of unsettling.
How many is that now? 44?
45. Oh, are you collecting license plates?
Did the freaking camera bug out again? Ugh.
Uh-huh. I only have 5 more until I have all 50 states. And
That's pretty
what
cool.
state do you have there?
No, I froze again. Okay, seems like I need to fix the cam. Okay, we are back.
New Mexico.
Her voice and expression don't change, still as dry as the desert air. Mariah scoffs.
At least yesterday wasn't a complete waste of time. That junker was a piece of crap.
Oh, what? There's a trial for this thing? Huh. I did not know that. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know, it doesn't really look any different from before.
All the parts were rustier than my ass. Even the scrap metal wasn't worth it.
Wait, they took her car!
Just be thankful we found it. We'd be busted if I hadn't salvaged the good bits. Besides, that money is going to keep us from starving.
What is going on? Why is this so bad? Purchase? I don't see the problem. Why is this not... Oh, wow, that's really bad. Okay. You know what? I don't know. I'll just leave it there. I like a Marina, but she doesn't seem to have put it together.
About that car you found. That wasn't outside Roswell, was it?
Marina's eyes go wide. Realization finally penetrating her skull. Wait. That actually doesn't look too bad. It's fine.
Yeah, not too far from the store. What do you care?
Yeah, it's fine. This looks fine. Yeah. Hello, No Life 2003.
Amber?
Every part of me is shaking. I struggle to spit out the
Her
words.
car was stolen outside of Roswell yesterday. It was out of gas, so we went to get some.
Joseph is the next to realize it, followed by Tess.
Oh, crap.
So?
I can't hold it in anymore. Sorry, Marina.
So... you stole her car and dismantled it!
Oh my god. Joseph jumps off the couch and apologetically bows repeatedly, all modes of motion. Each bow makes me a little bit angrier.
Joey said it was okay.
I thought it was! Mariah gave the go-ahead!
You told them it was alright?
Yeah, so? It's your own fault for leaving it out there.
How? How on earth is it our fault that it broke down?
I don't even know what to say.
You know. Finders, keepers.
It's a freaking car!
Tess tugs on my shirt.
What?
I don't mean to, but the word snaps out of my mouth. The tiny girl shrinks away. No. Alright, Amber, just calm down. We can talk this out.
Here.
She holds out the wind chime made of Marina's license plate, so it's actually a wind chime. Her eyes cast downward.
You can have it.
Oh, is that Don't Eat Ash, the one and only? Is he about to spam me with copy pastas? Never mind, calming down isn't gonna happen. A hand grasps my...
You can have it. You can have it.
A hand grasps my shoulder. I turn to Marina. She shakes her head and smiles.
Amber, it's okay.
It's not even your car.
Really, it's fine.
She bends back down to Tess and smiles
You can
reassuringly.
go ahead and keep it, sweetie.
The trio, Mariah included, are taken back by Marina's saint-like reaction.
Don't worry, guys, it's fine.
Joseph breathes a sigh of relief.
Oh God, thank you so much. We're all really sorry about this. Right, Mariah?
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, your eyes actually moved. About as fed up with this as I am, Joseph shoots her a glare and smacks her on the back of the head.
Ow! Alright, I'm sorry and stuff.
As you can see, Mr. No Life, we're just watching some people be degenerates.
Marina, are you sure? They destroyed your car.
Okay, well, it wasn't her car, it was her brother's.
But it was pretty run down anyway.
You're unreal, you know that? Anyway, we should head out now. We have a few things to take care of.
Thanks for showing us the gold. Now I'm sure the treasure's real.
My free adjustment.
No problem, ladies. Again, really sorry for all the trouble. If there's anything we can do for you, just give us a shout.
Sure thing.
Can you really tell me that people just randomly take people's cars in the middle of the desert? We head for the door, but Marina turns around before stepping outside.
By the way, was there a phone in the car?
The pink case, eh?
Yeah, that's the one.
We kind of sold that too.
What is wrong with these people? Feels like the page is staring back at me. In fact, at this point it probably is. My gaze drifts from the journal to the window by the entrance. Marina's outside twirling the payphone's cord as she pops in another quarter. She bites her lips and looks through the window. Our eyes meet. She sends me a small anxious wave. Closing the book, I let out a yawn and remove my head from my fists. I'm sure there's a red imprint on my cheek. Figuring out we had to go to Shiprock was the easy part. Everything else has been a gigantic pain in the ass. There's a rush of precious cold air getting sucked from the building. Marina enters, carefully shutting the door, taking the seat opposite me in the booth.
So how'd it go?
It went fine, I guess.
Your parents are okay with all of this?
Maybe not okay,
Smile creeps onto her
but they
face.
understand.
At least someone gets it, because I still don't.
They weren't happy about the car, though.
I think you were the only person who was.
How couldn't I be? Mariah showed us that the treasure is real.
You're going to
Totally.
believe the people who stole your car?
It was an
I mean-
accident. They didn't mean to.
Kind of an irrelevant fact.
Besides, they're nice.
Ah, yes, very nice. That's... Before I can argue further, our waitress emerges from the kitchen, carrying our order. Hot black coffee for me, a milkshake for Marina, and a large order of fries for us both. Marina's eyes brighten at the sight of the shake. Like with the slushie, her sweet taste takes control of her, and she practically starts drooling off the glass. With a nod, the waitress disappears back into the kitchen.
Thanks for the food, by the way.
Well, it's not like I really had a choice. I could hear your stomach from the driver's seat. I wasn't about to let you starve to death on my watch. Plus, I was getting pretty hungry too.
Amazingly, Marina didn't freak out at the sight of the diner like she has at everything else so far. I was genuinely shocked when I didn't hear a gasp of awe escape her mouth as we pulled up.
Hey, Amber, why don't you get a shake too? Coffee and fries don't really go together, don't you think?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna dip it.
I'm fine. I don't really like sweet things.
But
Don't.
it's super good!
No,
Especially when you dip
why?
your fries in it.
She takes several of the fries and does just that, dipping it in the shake like it was ketchup or mustard.
That's silly. I can do the same thing with my coffee.
Oh my god, that's even worse. Taking a fry, I dunk it in my coffee and take a bite out of it. That was a bad idea. Grimacing, I place the rest of the fry on my napkin as I try to cope with a cold chill and sulfury aftertaste.
Maybe it would work better if you put creamer in it?
Somehow I doubt that. Besides, it would just ruin the coffee.
That'd be like dipping youtiao in coffee. That's an interesting idea.
I don't know how you can even drink it without cream, or at least a little sugar. It's so bitter.
Hey, you spam more, I'm gonna have to ban you.
It's an acquired taste. You find flavor in the bitterness.
That's why I think it's weird that you drink something like that.
How do you mean?
I don't know.
Her brow furrows in deep thought.
You always seem so yes or no about stuff. If you like something, then you do. If you don't like something, then you don't.
You're losing me, Mare.
What did Mom used to tell us when we didn't listen to her?
No, it's an American Wildlife Yuri visual novel.
Oh, yeah. Basically, you have a really thick head, Amber.
What?
Oh, yeah. What did Mom...
You're losing me.
If you like, you always...
How do you...
That's why I think
It's an acquired...
I don't know how...
somehow...
I don't know how you can even drink...
It's an acquired...
That's why I think it's weird that you drink something...
How do you mean?
I don't... You always... If you like...
You're losing me, Mare.
What did Mom used to tell us when... Oh, yeah. Basically, you have a really thick head, Amber.
I nearly spit up the coffee out of my mouth.
Gee, thanks.
Or was it a thick skull? Whatever. You know what I mean, right?
I have no idea what she just said. Like, well, how's that even correlated?
I think so. Maybe. It wasn't really an acquired taste for me now that I think about it. Maybe I've always liked the bitterness.
What is going on in chat? Maybe I just convinced myself that it did. I don't know.
It wasn't... Is that a bad thing?
Just like in Mariah's RV, Marina shakes her head and gives me a sweet, genuine smile.
I don't think so. I actually really like it.
Nice,
It reminds me of Shiprock.
nice Twitch quotes you got in that coffee pasta. A warm tickling sensation.
I don't think so.
Is that a bad... It wasn't really an... I think so. It wasn't Is that a bad thing?
Who is that? Oh my god. Just like in Mariah's RV, Marina shakes her head and gives me a sweet, genuine
I
smile.
don't think so. I actually really like it. It reminds me of Shiprock.
I have no idea what that has to do with it.
I don't think so.
A warm tickling sensation bubbles up in my chest. It forces me to smile, but I play it off all cool and breezy like.
So I remind you of a rock. You shouldn't say that kind of thing. People might think they're insults.
Wait, who are you, No Life, actually? I don't know anyone on Twitch. Satisfied with how I play that off, I reach for a fry to reward myself. Instead of hot, crispy goodness, something smooth brushes against my fingertips. I gaze down at the plate of fries. Marina's hand, for a split second, rests below mine. We instinctively snap back. Wow, more anime tropes. Let's go. Marina's face is a bright shade of pink, and mine is probably similar.
Sorry.
The room feels 10 degrees hotter. Okay, but who are you? Whatever. The room feels 10 degrees hotter. We try to reestablish eye contact, but our glances shoot off in other directions as soon as we meet.
Hey, Amber?
I managed to compose myself long enough to look back.
You said something about bills and expenses last night, right? I don't know what exactly you meant by that or what it is you have to pay off, but since we know the treasure is real now, I was wondering,
Oh, is that Aiden?
maybe you might think about sticking around to look with me? I don't know what you said something. I don't know what exactly you meant by. Maybe you might think about sticking around to look with me? We could even split it. Or something.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Well, first off, we don't even know if the treasure is actually real. Mariah could be pulling our legs.
My coffee is mostly gone. All that's left is a puddle and a few stray grounds.
I'll think about it, though.
Really?
I only said I would think about it. Don't get too excited just yet.
You're really helping out,
I
Ashton.
won't.
Thanks.
I just think it would be super cool.
Marina flops her chin and rests on the table.
I only said I...
Really?
I'll think... Well...
Maybe you might think...
I'll think about it, though.
Really?
I only said I would think about it.
I won't. I just think it would be super cool. How's it going anyway? Have you figured out where the... How's it going anyway? Have you figured out where the first part of the treasure might be?
No, it's not like the guy drew a map or anything. He just jotted down details about the places he went to.
Wait, what was the point of... I mean, weren't we at Shiprock before the treasure? We just left. That and rambling about how awesome he was.
It's not like...
Do you think Mariah was right and he hit it on top of old Shippy?
Don't listen to Mariah, okay? She doesn't know what she's talking about. Think about it. How would he even scale the mountain? He was traveling solo on horseback. I doubt he would have the tools to do it. And even if he did, I'm pretty sure he would have gone on and on about it in his journal.
With the puppy dog whine, Marina frowns.
Are you sure he didn't mention anything else? Maybe something we didn't catch?
Save again. I slide the book across the table and over the leftover crumbs, stretching out my stiff joints as I rest against the book.
Take a look if you want. My eyes are gonna start bleeding if I... The only things he really mentioned are the rocks and the dikes around it.
Oh!
Marina forces herself to stare down at the plate, the blush from earlier reappearing.
The only things he really mentioned are the rocks and the...
Oh!
No, not like that.
Am I missing something? Well, I'm reading chat because at least my iPad has battery this time.
No.
It's just like an innuendo I don't
The
understand.
only things he really mentioned... Take a look if you want. The only things he really mentioned are the rocks and the dikes around it.
It's just like, what's the female equivalent for phallic? I don't remember.
No, not like... I mean the rocks that branch out from the mountain. That's what they're called. Huh.
So simple, but it makes sense. I shoot up and throw down some money. Marina jumps at the sound of the table rattling.
What's the matter? Did you figure out where it is?
Please enlighten me.
Maybe. At least a general area.
I march towards the door. The table rattles again as Marina leaps up. She stays behind to straighten it out before scrambling to catch up with me.
We're going now?
Hell no. We don't have any equipment. But we know someone who does.
Oh boy. I shove the door open, the last bastion between refreshing air and burning dry heat.
Come on. Let's go cash in a favor.
Okay.
It sure was nice for Mariah and her friends to let us use some of their equipment.
BRB. Let me mute the mic first in case anything goes awry. Okay. We are back. What are we gonna do until 6? Sure was nice for Marina and her friends to use. Let's use some equipment.
Only after that Joseph guy begged her to.
Simp. I paused to look around. We decided to wait until nightfall to go look around some more. It's like an entirely different world the further you get from the insanity. quiet and calm. The only lights are the stars and the faint glow of the campground. The campers and motorhomes flickering in the distance. Did they all leave? Oh, right, they're not camping around the rock. Well, around but not next to it. They're only crowding against it. But now the crown's gone. Marina fiddles with the metal detector's headphones, removing them halfway.
Sorry, the beeping's loud. What was that?
Forget it. I'm not playing that game. Just keep listening.
Oh!
Did you find something?
Oh!
Forget it.
Sorry.
Only after that.
Sorry, the...
Forget it. I'm not.
Oh!
Did you find something?
I think so. It's over here.
I set aside my shovel and throw myself to the ground, clawing at the sand. What?
I think so. It's over...
Do metal detectors detect gold? I mean, I guess the metal, but...
Is it the gold?
It's.
I scrape
It's-
harder. Harder.
It's
Finally, I unearthed it and hold it up to the starlight.
a soda tab. Damn it! This is the 5th one!
If we find any more, we could start making a curtain out of them.
I send the tab flying, speeding off over the dikes.
Maybe we should call it a night. I'm sure we can find it once we're fresh in the morning.
Nah, that's no good. We can only do it now because Parks and Recreation isn't paying as much attention.
Though even now, someone's still guarding the area near the campground. The rocks give us some cover, so I don't think we'll be spotted, but we still need to be careful.
We'll keep looking for a little while. If we can't find anything, we might want to assume the worst.
Her face wrenches with hopelessness.
That somebody else found it?
That it doesn't exist! Jeez, it's like you've never even considered that it might not be real.
But Mariah...
Yeah, I know.
I grab my shovel and swing it back over my shoulder. As we walk, we stay as close to the mountain range as possible.
Why are you so gung-ho about this thing anyway? If you're just in it for the cash, there are better ways to make money than dragging yourself around the desert.
Oh no, it's nothing like that. It's just...
It's okay. Don't feel like you have to tell me.
We both have things we don't want to talk about. That's becoming very clear. At least Marina doesn't swerve off the road so she can go pout. I just don't want to think about it. All I've been doing for the last month is thinking about it. I almost wish my brain would quit working so I wouldn't have to. So naturally, I take a long, lonely trip with nothing to do except think.
Amber, it's happening again!
Marina stops, hand quivering as she tightens her grip.
I swear, if this is another soda tab...
I don't think it is. The beeping is really loud and it's vibrating a lot.
Wait, it's vibrating?
Uh-huh. It feels weird.
The metal detector hovers over the ground between the rock and the sand. I thrust my shovel into the spot, the metal scraping against the edge of the dike. Planting my foot on the shovel's head, I drive it further into the ground, using every ounce of my strength to dig. The first load of dirt and sand unclenches from the ground, loosening the earth around it. I throw the load aside and repeat the process. Each time, it's a little easier, a little lighter. Finally, the shovel strikes something hard, sending a shocking vibration through my hand and up my entire body.
Bedrock?
I haven't dug that deep.
Dropping to my knees, I reach my hands into the hole and brush off the remaining dirt. Marina leans in. The sound of her anxiously swallowing is barely audible over my heavy breathing. My fingers brush against something. I gulp and pull out the hole's contents, a small, rotting wood box. My heart stops. Tell me no one else used a metal detector on this place? I guess they're all sleeping. No, they're also obsessed with a freaking rock. Trembling, I open the box, the leftover dirt falling into my lap. Gold.
It exists?
It's actually filled with gold?
It exists!
Marina yells at the top of her lungs, yells so loud that it bounces off the mountain, echoing off to the horizon and then back again. Marina has been unleashed.
Shh, not so loud. They might hear us.
She lowers her voice to an excited whisper, channeling her energy into bouncing up and down.
But it exists! I told you it did.
She's right. Despite being proven wrong, I can't help but smile.
Sure, I thought it was gonna be some plastic treasure chest with a coupon for chocolate milk inside it or something equally shameless and corporate. Wait, so there's actually gold in it? My only warning is a quick gust of wind. Before I even have a chance to brace for it, I'm engulfed by Marina and her hug.
What?
It's real! I told you it was! I told you!
I stop for a second and smile.
Yeah, you were right. It's real.
Should we tell someone? What do we even do now?
Honestly,
No, leave him in the dust.
I'm not sure. It's getting pretty late, though. Let's pack it up for the night. We can think about what to do in the morning.
Scram! For now, we can just marvel at the fact that it's not bogus.
Sound like a plan?
It does, but
She takes a deep, long breath, inhaling all the air around, and maybe even some of mine, then releases it all at once.
It's actually really real!
Oh god, they're gonna
Marina,
come.
quiet! They're gonna hear us.
Nice, the treasure's real. And now we begin our long adventure. Thunderous banging wakes me from a dead sleep, rattling the entire motorhome.
Hey! I know you two are in there! You thieves better not still be sleeping!
Hey, fuck off, it's our goal now. The muffled shout leaks in from outside, followed by another voice.
Yes, it's not even 7. Can I go back to bed?
And another voice.
You're better off just rolling with it. For her, it may as well be noon.
Open up, or I swear Joe's gonna bust down this door!
Wait, what?
Gee, I wonder who this could be. I roll out of bed and open the slider connecting to the other rooms. Marina sitting pressed up against the back of the fold-out bed with the sheets over her
what
head.
do you think it is?
Take a wild guess.
I march over and throw open the door. As expected, my 3 favorite people stand before
It's
me.
about time! Do you have any idea how long we've been out here?
Boo-hoo. The groggy Tess sways from side to side. Joseph's gentle hands are the only thing preventing her from passing out on the ground.
It's funny that you, of all people, would accuse us of theft.
What else would you call what happened to my equipment?
I don't know. Borrowing? You loaned it to us, remember?
Correction. Joe loaned it to you.
Joseph gives a tired smirk and a wave.
I was forced to sit idly by and watch you make off with it. That's theft if I ever seen it.
She pushes me aside and clambers into the motorhome, followed by the other 2.
Looks like we're coming in.
Bruh,
Good morning.
this is where you start to assert your property rights?
Hey, you 3! Morning! How are you guys doing?
Tired. For what it's worth, we tried stopping her.
Mariah stomps to the middle of the motorhome, analyzing everything before releasing a loud scoff.
So where's my stuff?
If you don't get out of my RV in 5 seconds, it'll be shoved up your ass.
Don't worry about it. You guys are great. Hey, Tess, did you hang up your new wind chime?
Tessa's eyes flicker with interest for all of a second, then return to their obstinate, droopy state.
Uh-huh. Above my bed.
What's up with the fold-out? You two don't sleep together?
What?
Told ya.
Damn it.
Grumbling, Mariah pulls a bill from her pocket and slaps it in Joe's hand.
Does that mean we get to sleep in tomorrow morning?
Sure does, kiddo. Sure does.
The ringleader of the circus returns to inspecting the motorhome, fiddling with the magnets on the fridge.
Anyway, give me back my equipment and we'll get out of your hair.
Come on, just let them use it. It's the least we can do after tearing apart her car.
True! Mariah's attention turns to the counter, topped with the open box of stunning gold nuggets from the night before.
And whose fault was that? What is this?
What is what?
The thing on the counter? It almost looks like...
Why would you leave it out?
Oh, that? That's the piece of the treasure we found.
Yeah, right! You're kidding.
She chuckles. She stops.
She's kidding, right?
I have a devious thought and crack an equally devious smile.
Nope. She's telling the truth. 100%.
I wrap my arm around Mariah and bring her close. Joseph and Tess shoot each other alarmed glances.
We found it last night. With your equipment.
I don't know if that's a good thing to say. She stands there, stupefied.
No! That's impossible. You're lying.
Really now? Hey, Marina, why don't you tell her about it?
Sure thing! It started yesterday after we met. Amber looked at the journal again and thought it might be near the smaller rocks behind the bigger one. They're called dikes, I think. Anyway, turns out she was right!
I want to tell her because she seems this type to just steal it and run away. Mariah looks down, muttering to herself.
How? Why wouldn't he just hide it on the mountain?
Because that's stupid.
It doesn't make sense if he was going back to Missouri.
Her voice diminishes until her words are reduced to lip flaps. Like a mad scientist trying to figure out a complex equation, she retreats into her own little world.
Mariah?
A smidge of sympathy buds inside me. I look to Joseph and Tess. Even they look a little shocked.
Is she gonna be okay?
I honestly don't know.
Tess approaches Mariah, who's still whispering nonsense under her breath. Nonchalantly, Tess hops in front of her hand reaching upwards, trying to wave her in front of Mariah and bring her back to our world. No response. Tess pulls Mariah's arm skyward, then allows them to flop down to her side. Still no response.
You know, we've been looking into that treasure since we were kids.
Wait, what? Joseph steps up to the counter and stares into the box.
Never expected someone else to find it before us.
That's more than I can say. I didn't even think it existed.
There's that too.
He sighs, then with a shrug, cracks a smile.
Well, good job anyway. You ladies seem cool, so if it couldn't be us, then at least it was you.
You guys want to stick around? We could tell you more about it.
He looks at Mariah.
Somehow, I don't think that would be healthy for her. Or you.
He grabs Mariah by the shoulders and begins pushing her towards the exit.
Come on, Mariah. Let's go make you a nice cold michelada. You two can keep the equipment. Think of it as an apology gift.
Sure. Cheaply made? I mean, because cheaply made tools I could get at any hardware store are of equal value to a car. They're almost out of the motorhome when Mariah flips and rushes back.
Hold on a minute, thief!
Dude, serious, she's gonna take it. She looks me straight in the eyes, her expression returning to that of a piercing
You
hawk.
just had beginner's luck. You might have found the first piece, but I promise you, me and my team will find the rest.
So now it's a competition. She extends a hand and smirks. I pause for a moment, then grab it and offer a smirk of my own.
You're on.
Oh god. Marina and Joseph both let out a sigh of relief as if they've just witnessed the signing of a peace treaty.
Well, guess that takes care of that.
Pretty sure it's the opposite of a peace treaty.
Now let's get out of here and go back to a proper base.
Are you going to drink until you feel better again, sis?
Shut up! Didn't Mom ever teach you any manners?
You always said Mom is an airheaded ditz who wouldn't know good advice or a good man if it bit her on the butt.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for all the trouble, ladies. Sorry for all the
we gotta hear all the
trouble,
lines.
ladies. See you two down the road.
Oh yeah.
You always said Mom is an
whoops.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for...
Joseph pulls the door closed. Marina and I stay put as the bickering of the trio fades into the distance.
Were you serious?
About what?
The treasure. You told Mariah that you were gonna find the rest. If you were just being nice and want to leave now, that's fine too. You've already done a lot for me.
She cast her eye downwards to hide her emotions, but I know better by now.
And let you keep all the treasure for yourself? Hell no.
Her eyes bounced back.
Besides, someone's gotta keep you from getting yourself into trouble. May as well be me.
For real? But don't you have the festival to go to?
It's still a little while away. I wanted to do some sightseeing anyway.
Marina launches forward. Before I can sidestep, she tackles me with the force of a gold-filled freight train. I don't even try to resist. It's futile in the grace of Marina's hugs.
Thank you, 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 thank you!
Actually, I probably owe you an apology.
She cocks her head and looks up at me. I look away, my bashful side taking over.
Well, you know, I kept saying it wasn't real and stuff.
I mean...
Hey, don't worry about it. Most people wouldn't have given me the time of day.
Yeah, but...
Relax. Just figure out where we have to go next.
I smile. We walk to the front of the RV and take our seats. Grabbing the journal from the glove compartment, I flip it open. I glance over the second to last entry. Key phrases like split path, detour, and acres of identical arched stone throw my brain into the deep end, drowning me in dizzying puzzles before I've even fully read it. Marina peeks over, trying to decipher the entries. A speck of inadequacy crawls up inside me, and I quickly flip to the next entry before Marina notices I'm stuck. I'll deal with that later. For now, I'll just narrow this down. Again. You know what? I think this is not a bad place to end it off. So, we have confirmed that there is indeed treasure, and Amber has officially declared that she will go along on the fun little journey that is finding the rest of it. So far, you know, it's pretty... Oh shoot, I totally quit. Let me open it back up at least for the background. It's fine, I guess. I mean, yeah, I can't really stream too much. Yeah, visual novel. Dude, I haven't played a visual novel in like so long, but so far I'd say we're off to a pretty good start. Characters are okay. A little tropey, but I mean, it's bound to be that way. It's VN, so some nice little music. It's voice acted. I just have to say all the thoughts. The pacing is nice. You know, after playing Newfound Courage, where stuff just kind of happened so quickly, it's nice to sort of have a more conventional plot, I guess. You know, one that takes its time. You know, maybe we're like 10th of the way in, so you know, I'm excited to play through the rest of it. It's got some nice moments. You know, they said it was short, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that short. I could see it being another few streams ahead, like a week of streams at the very least. Pretty solid so far. I mean, it's a story, and I'm like barely through with the story, so I can't say too much about it so far. It's pretty... I guess I can say it's pretty professional. I mean, how do you make a visual novel? Is there like an engine or something for it? I should find out. It'd be pretty interesting. But, yeah, I guess that's kind of all I have to say, you know? I guess, probably won't be streaming it tomorrow because I'll be watching Danganronpa stream, but maybe the day after. But otherwise, pretty cool game. You know, there's And there's still a lot to see with it, so, you know, thanks to anyone who came by today, and it will be number one Nubs signing off.